You're the most cold-blooded man I've ever seen.
How can you have any meat if you don't eat your pudding?
The Tommy Boyds Show.
Back and to the left. Yeah.
The show with more endurance than radiation itself.
You say either, and I say either.
Apparently official.
Stand by, please.
Tommy Boyds.
Apparently official.
Have you no compassion?
Stand by, please.
Let's rehang the pictures in the gallery of life.
There is no escaping here.
Tommy Boyds.
Good morning and welcome to the Angry Hour. Between now and 4 o'clock, what makes you angry? What's just made you angry? If your blood is still boiling, free call 0500 10 53 89. Doesn't matter how big or how small, preferably small. It's the small things that do actually drive us frantic with anger. The number again, free call. That means the call is free wherever you are calling from and however long it takes you to stutter and splutter out the cause of your anger. 0500 10 53 89. I was angry this morning when I heard elsewhere in the media somebody saying that the great thing about Gaza is that at last a problem has been identified, and now that that has been accepted, we can move forward. For crying out loud, if I haven't heard that about the poor, poor man every other week for the last 10 years. He's needed help since the first time I saw him interviewed as a 17-year-old kid playing for Newcastle. It was clear that he needed a strong influence, a good friend, a pal, a steadier. And even then, he'd probably not come home until the following Tuesday from time to time, because that's the way the guy is. But I'm not going to talk about him anymore, and we're not going to talk about him on the programme, because that's how it should be. Can't get angry about something and then go ahead and do it yourself. Or can you? Free call 0500 10 53 89. I've got a shopping list of things that make me angry, but the phones are boiling. So let's go to Andrew first of all in Fife. You're on Talk Radio. Andrew.
Hello, Tommy.
What makes you angry?
What drives me nuts are these stupid plastic boxes that CDs come in. You open them a couple of times, crack the bloody hinge brakes at the back of them.
Yeah.
Then, if that's not bad enough, you can't get them. You know the thing you stack them in? They won't fit into the stacking rack thing.
Yeah.
You can't get them in, you can't get the bloody things out again.
Normally, Andrew, I like to take up the cause against anybody who calls the Angry Hour, because generally speaking, people who call this part of the programme are quite psychotic, but in your case, I fully agree.
Oh, and I tell you, you know what gets me, Tommy? I phoned you a couple of weeks ago about the labels on shirt collars. I don't know if you recall.
I do.
Right. Now, what I was thinking about after that...
Yeah, the size.
No, but someone designs these things.
Yeah.
Someone's got to wear them. Someone's got their own CDs. They have the same problems.
Yeah.
Why don't they do something about it?
Andrew, thank you for your call.
Tommy, you hacker.
Deanna calls the Angry Hour from Ilford. Deanna, it's you.
Hi, Tommy. I am so angry. I'm Mr. Angry from Purley today.
Okay.
Pardon?
Okay.
Right, I tell you what makes me really angry. Blokes that do not give you their home phone number. And they just want you to be their mobile girl. I mean, what is that all about? And then they leave their mobiles off all weekend. I mean, what is that all about? They are just such a bunch of beep.
Well, why didn't you ask him for his home number then?
Why did I?
Yeah, why didn't you?
Of course I did.
You can tell a mobile number when they give it to you, because it starts 09 or 08.
I know, 0956. Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right.
Well,
so
I've got that.
You say, and could I get your home number as well, please?
Yeah,
oh,
I've done that.
Adonis.
I've done that. And it's like, well, and it's like, what's the matter with you? Hello?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, and like, you just know what's happening.
Which is what?
Well, there are other women on the scene, aren't there?
Well,
I mean,
perhaps he's
hundreds
married.
of them.
Perhaps he's married. Well, in
No,
that case,
he's not married. He's not married.
He's a good catch then.
He's a good catch, that's for sure.
Well, in that case, you want to keep fighting instead of whinging.
No, I don't want it. I'm not whinging.
You're
I'm
wasting good energy when you could be actually in there pitching. Still, now, call that mobile now.
He's busy today. We were supposed to meet.
Can I call him for you now, live on
you
the
can.
air? Okay, all right, I'll hand you back to the switchboard and you can call him on his mobile. Will he answer it?
Yeah, I don't know, he's at work.
Are you going to ask him out or to bed or what?
I asked him to bed last night, but he'd had too much to drink.
Really? Okay, wait a second. Hang on a second. Andrea, on line 5, she's going to give you a mobile number. I want you to ring it. It's this guy that she's been trying to snag for a while. We'll call the number and see how it goes. Okay, we'll do it after the 20 past break so that we can liaise. Okay, here she is coming back at you. Whilst that goes on, we talk to Stuart, who calls from Brighton. What makes you angry, Stuart?
I'll tell you what makes me angry. I've arranged for 4 appointments this morning to meet people who wanted a job, apparently. They answered an advert. And I started this job myself only a month ago, so I know it's there, it's real. And only one turned up. They were going to get a nice cup of coffee. They were going to get a nice chat. I'm a good-looking guy. I'm a pleasant chap. And they didn't even turn up, and there's a job shortage.
You sound as though you're just fed up because you've been stood up, man.
No, it's nothing to do about my sexual prowess, although
You're feeling
God knows
unwanted.
that's right.
You're feeling unwanted.
Yes, I'm unhappy about the slight. They just didn't even turn up and tell me.
Well, can you blame them? Have you ever been long-term unemployed?
I was until a month ago. You're not listening. I was unemployed for ages, and then I got this job.
Excuse me, you said a month, I thought.
No, a month ago I became employed.
Yes.
Sorry, it led you along the wrong. And the idea is that I thought people are crying out for work, and I found a good job, and it's great.
I can't stand this attitude. For goodness sake, all I've heard ever since unemployment became a big thing is that that people don't really want to work. Well, of course they do, but they do get ground down, with going to interviews and being treated like a nuisance.
They were going to get friendly open arms and a warm smile in a hotel.
Did you say that in the advert?
But I would have respected them next time round.
Did you say that in the advert?
Well, yes, come and see me, have a good time. Of course not, it's a job.
Read the advert to me and let me see if it sounds like a come on.
Okay, wanted. Telesales / salespeople with experience to sell a unique product.
I'm not moist yet.
No, I bet you will be in a while.
No, I'm not. Go on then.
You will be given a guaranteed wage, excellent commission. Come and see me in X. Phone, blah, Stuart. 4 people phoned.
Doesn't sing, does it, pal?
Oh, well, God's sake,
Doesn't sing.
I answered it, and my life has been changed.
Yes.
See? Take a risk, boy.
Tommy,
Free call 0500 1053 89. I have too, and very swish it is. Do you know you can spend 50 quid these days on a new haircut? This is Talk Radio. It's the Angry Hour. There's a good argument for listening.
I have seen the future of radio. The Tommy Boyds Show. Ho, ho, ho.
It's the Angry Hour. What makes you angry? I'll tell you what makes you angry. It makes everybody angry, but people still do it. This is a car starting up and pulling away in the middle of the afternoon. Vroom, vroom. This is a car starting up and pulling away at 3 o'clock in the morning, right outside your bedroom window. Rum 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 Don't do that. Patricia calls from Manchester. You're on Talk Radio. Patricia.
Hello,
What makes you
angry.
angry?
And they usually beep the horn as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually beep the horn as well.
That's like the door.
Angry, I could scream.
Yeah.
I work all the hours God sends.
Yeah.
I met a guy, he's actually a millionaire, he's won the Irish lottery, and he thinks that he can give me a car and give me a house, and I will bow and scrape. I don't think so.
No.
Excuse me.
You fool.
Idiot person.
No, you I'm talking about.
What, turned it down?
Come on.
Oh, no, go
Do you have
away.
any idea how hard you have to work these days to be able to pay off a house?
Well, I do, because I work all the hours God sends, but I am so annoyed that he says, you need a car for your work, I will give you a car.
What's he
Excuse
offering?
me.
What's he offering?
Anything I want.
Well, try the new BMW 3 Series. Gorgeous, Michelle. Oh, gorgeous.
Oh, no, get away, really.
Well, yeah.
Get away.
Come on.
In 30 minutes, I have to go to work, and that is where I'm going, right?
Yeah.
I will earn my own money. I don't need him with his millions.
Mm-hmm.
What was he got to give on him? Money.
Money.
Get lost.
Money.
Get lost.
Well, that's the only reason you're going to work.
You are not telling me that you would accept that.
I would. I'd accept £10,000 from a woman and I'd call it quits.
Get lost.
I would.
Never.
I would.
Oh, no, he's offering me millions and a house and a car and everything. And go and live in Ireland.
And what do you do? In Ireland?
Yeah.
Dear God, the Emerald Isle.
He won the Irish lottery.
If you ever go across the sea, you
Don't
must
bother
be
going.
mad.
No, I am not mad. I am so angry that he thought his money could talk.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I work for an agency. I go where they send me. And I work behind a bar as well.
So you're a part-time barmaid temp?
Yes.
And you do that for the love?
I do that because
Well, I have to keep a roof over our heads.
Oh, you do that for the money?
I do that. I go to work to earn the money.
Right, but being whisked away to live in
No,
Ireland, the
I
next
ain't
stop
doing
America.
it, Tommy. I am not doing it. I swear to you, I am so angry that he thought I could be bought.
Well, I'll let you go. There's some exciting typing once doing somewhere.
Yeah, no, isn't that awful, though? He thought I could be bought.
The Afternoon Guy.
Tommy Boyd.
Glenn calls from Surrey. You're on Talk Radio. Glenn, what makes you angry?
People who phone up late at night and they've got a wrong number.
Yeah?
And they're not apologetic, but they call up at the silliest times, like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah?
And even your friends, like, they want to know if you're busy at that time in the morning and get you out of bed.
Yeah?
Also, bad refereeing decisions at football matches.
Such as?
Well, I quite often go and watch Manchester City play, and the bad decisions that go against us is sort of out of this world sometimes.
Yeah. That's why they're down there, isn't it?
Down where?
Right down at the bottom of the second. No justice, really, is there?
Ah, they're coming up, though.
Struggling along.
They're coming up. They're going to win tonight.
Yeah.
They're going to beat Preston tonight. They're coming up.
Yeah. What is your phone number, by the way? I'll call you at 2 in the morning and we'll just touch base on that one.
I'm not giving my phone number out because I've got too many people that do that.
Free call 0500 1053 89. Is it you? Is it you who is pretending you are a wrong number and keeping a Manchester City fan who believes that the referee's decisions have been going against them awake all night? Have one on me. Steve calls from Great Yarmouth. Now,
how much do I have to get angry? I spent 20 quid last week trying to find a nice young lady in the advertisers and papers, and I ain't heard a sausage.
Well, you mean you've advertised Lonely Hearts?
Yep. Nothing at all.
Well, how did you describe yourself? Accurately, or?
Yeah. I'm not very bad looking, you know.
Well, let me see if I can help you with your ad. We'll get callers to help you with your ad. What do you said about yourself?
I'm 43.
Are you?
Yep.
Well, why say you are then?
Sorry?
Surely 37 is a lot better.
Well, I'd rather tell the truth, you know. I'm 43.
Well, who else does?
Well, there you go.
You know, so right, you're 37. What else?
I've got a council flat.
Own apartment.
Yes.
If I may say so.
Okay.
Can you say that?
Yeah.
Own apartment.
I'm on the phone.
Well, have you put your phone number for her to contact you?
No. I think I did. I'm not sure now.
Well, what else have you said about yourself? Twit.
Thank you very much. I've got 2 children.
Yeah.
They don't actually live them anyway.
Now, I don't think you put that. You might as well put you've got a cold sore on your lips, mate.
Well, that's the first time I've done this sort of thing, you know.
Well, it shows, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Huh? 43, council flat, 2 children.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
I'm a very, caring person, you know.
Pardon?
I'm a very caring person.
Cowering?
No, caring person.
Caring?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do women go for caring people on the first date?
I don't know, to be honest.
They go for rogues.
Do they?
Yes. Have you got
people on the team?
They do. Have you got a leather jacket? Motorbike. You got a motorbike?
No.
Well, they wouldn't know that. Would they?
I've got an airplane.
Have you?
Yeah.
No, you see, no, that wouldn't work.
Oh, right.
I mean, I'll refer you to the last caller. Steve, I think 37, own apartment.
Yeah.
And it's in Yarmouth, is it? You're looking for a woman in Yarmouth?
Oh, yeah, or in Norwich.
Yarmouth or Norwich?
Yeah.
Norwich?
I don't mind.
Have you ever watched Alan Partridge?
No.
No?
No.
No.
I used to work in Norwich.
All right, well, whatever you do then, put all the abbreviations in, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
But not GSOH. Okie doke.
Okay, mate.
My pleasure. Good luck.
Good luck, mate. Cheers.
Free call 0500 1053 89. I'm Tommy Boyd. This is the Angry Hour. It's not entertainment, it's therapy. On Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening.
Make Talk Radio your European. Talk Radio, putting you on the air. Now that's what I call English on Talk Radio with IKEA.
Starting today and...
Now that's what I call English. All this week on Talk Radio with IKEA. They're Swedes, aren't they? Tommy Boyd.
The afternoon guy.
Misfit. Why am I such a misfit?
The Tommy Boyd radio experiment. It does exactly what it says in the papers.
I smell bacon. Life's gonna suck when you grow up, when you grow up, when you grow up. Life's gonna suck when you grow up. It sucks pretty bad right now. Life's gonna suck when you grow up, when you grow up, when you grow up. Life's gonna suck when you grow up. It sucks pretty bad right now. Life's gonna suck when you grow up, when you grow up, when you grow up. Life's gonna suck when you grow up, and then you're gonna die.
Tommy.
I honestly think that would make a better national tune than Jerusalem or Land of Hope and Glory. It's always made me angry that the English, when they were ruling the world, decided that Jesus didn't spend all of his life down by the Sea of Galilee. Oh no. He took a year out to go and live in England. Like you would. To come and have a look round England's green and pleasant land. And they believed it. They went for it. The population cling to it still in places. In the shadows of the satanic mills. This is the Angry Hour with whatever makes you angry. Mick calls from Barking. Mick.
Hello, Tom. I'll tell you what, I'm barking bloody mad.
Yeah.
You know what really gets to me?
Yeah.
People leaving rubbish in the bin. Instead of putting rubbish in the bins, black bin liners, they leave it in the lifts, in the footwells, in the corridors, anywhere but the bins downstairs. They're too bloody damn lazy to go downstairs and put the rubbish in the bins. That really does get to me. Why do they do it, Tom?
Well, you shouldn't let it get to you, Mick. You know, this is the problem.
It's not just that. It's rubbish. People chuck rubbish out the windows.
It's only the fallen leaves of humanity's great
fallen leaves. I'll give you fallen leaves. I'll tell you what I saw.
What?
I'll tell you what I saw coming from my window the other day.
Yeah.
Right? Was it a bird?
No.
Was it a plane?
I guess not.
It was a vacuum cleaner coming through the. It went through the window.
Pull the other one.
Right. No, straight. People chuck their rubbish out the window.
Not a vacuum cleaner. No.
A vacuum cleaner.
Not a vacuum cleaner.
I don't mind that. I could do one myself. I might have, if it had been any good, I might have see if I've got it going or something. You know, but. Why do they do it? Low-life scum they are.
I'm grateful for your call. And
scum of the earth.
If you're standing at Wembley station after an international, and the tube trains are pulling in, is there still such a thing as a barking train?
There is a barking train, yeah.
Because we love it. 10,000 of us. Sad it used to be. I don't go to internationals much these days, but sad it used to be. The announcement will go, the next train on platform 4 is the barking train, and we would all go, come on, it's not hard.
Choo-choo.
Mick.
I'm not a train spotter, Tom. I don't use trains.
No, we'd all go woof, woof, woof.
Woof, woof, woof. Oh.
Thanks for your call.
Okay.
Free call, 0500 1053 89.
Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you.
Tommy Boyd.
On Talk Radio, John calls John calls the Angry Hour, and you are next, yes.
Yeah, I'm really angry with my mum when she makes the dinner burnt.
Burnt?
I've been waiting for so long, and it's always getting burnt.
Which was the last dinner she burnt, mister?
Well, she burnt last night.
What was last night? What was the food?
What? It was garlic bread. She total burnt it.
Yeah.
And I've been starving for ages.
Poor old thing, you. Fancy that. Garlic bread in Paisley and it's burned.
Yep.
Just when you think things are on the upturn and continental cuisine has stormed the last bastion of haggis, John gets his garlic bread burned. Yes?
I'm also angry about yo-yos. I mean, what's the big attraction about them? My friend Kale's...
Oh, no, yo-yos are great, man.
What's the big attraction about them? My friend Kale's got one, I just don't understand it.
They were an ancient form of weapon, and after all, you do live in Paisley, you need to look after yourself.
Everybody's got them, and I hate them, they're just rubbish.
Yeah, well, perhaps you don't have the manual dexterity to make one work.
Do you not? No.
No.
Alright.
Perhaps you haven't got the 7.99.
No.
No. You're out of it, aren't you? You're out of the loop, man.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. You're a lost soul.
I know.
An ancient mariner.
Yep. That's me.
And next time you moan about your mum's cooking being burnt, you know, John, have a go yourself. What's the most exotic thing you can cook?
Beans.
Beans. I think you're right.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for calling.
See you later. Bye.
I don't know, don't ask me something just like an argument. I don't know. I just argue back, you know. I don't know. Steve calls from North London. Steve, you're on Talk Radio. What makes you angry?
Hello, Tommy. How are you? All right?
Yes, thank you for asking.
One thing that makes me really angry is America's overkill policy in Kosovo. You know, let's send in the B-52 bombers.
Not interested, Steve.
Let's send in the B-56.
Not interested, Steve.
Well, you should be.
Well, I shouldn't be, and I'm not.
If you represent
not
the
interested.
public.
You don't give a hoot either, really. You're just trying to act like you're important.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You
not interested.
represent the... So you don't
not
represent free speech, do you?
Do represent free speech.
No, you don't, because you don't want to hear what the people have to say.
No, I do want to hear what the people have to say, and that's why we don't want people like you who are only saying what you think the people ought to hear.
No.
Yes.
You don't want to know what the people have to say.
Oh, I damn well do, and that's why I don't want to hear you coming out with this self-righteous claptrap.
You're not interested.
I am very interested, and I know a damn sight more about Kosovo than you do.
You support
your trouble is that you are one of these sad little men who honestly thinks that you can get 2 seconds of glory by pretending that you give the slightest hint about Kosovo. You don't know where it is. And you don't know what language they speak. You know nothing about their history.
You're not a radio
You're a completely irrelevant man. What have you done for Kosovo?
You're not a
what have you done
for the people, are you?
What have you done for Kosovo?
And what have you done?
What have you done for Kosovo?
What have you? A 5-figure income.
What have you?
Producing nothing but hot air. That's what you do, isn't it? You just put
six-figure income. Stand up, actually. You haven't got a single fact right. You haven't got a single fact right.
You don't want to hear what the people's real opinion is.
I know what the people's real opinion is.
You practice censorship
and
on your radio
the people's
station,
real opinion. No, otherwise you wouldn't be on, would you?
Yes, you do. No, you do.
Well, how long have you been on?
I'm on because you didn't know what I was going to come on with. That's why I'm on.
You're damn right you're on. You're a liar, aren't you? So you're a liar.
Exactly.
So can we just back up for a second? You're a liar.
You preach lies.
You pretended you were going to come on the radio and talk about students who park cars on pavements. And you come on the radio and what you actually try and do is blind people with boredom. That's what you do. You're a complete and utter irrelevance. I have never ever been so insulted by such stupidity in all my life.
It's your version of free speech. It's not anybody else's.
Well, how come you're still on the radio?
Because you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear what I have to say.
Well, why? How come you're still on the radio?
Because people who phone you up.
Who says it's a people's radio station? Where did it say that? It's a commercial business, you fool.
That's right, yes.
If you want to be the people's voice, you get yourself a megaphone and get down to Hyde Park Corner and stand on a soapbox. Nobody will listen to you because nobody cares. You're completely irrelevant.
Blowing hot air out of your arse.
I've told you it's a 6-figure income, and I am standing up.
You don't do a proper day's work. You're in the job because some executive parasite pimp gave you the job. That's why you're there. But what do you do to earn your 5-figure income? Nothing.
I've told you 3 times it's a 6-figure income.
Hot air out of your mouth.
I earn a
and misleading the public, left, right, and centre into believing what you want.
At least I'm prepared to admit how much I earn.
What is real free speech? You don't know what real free speech is. People who phone up, they're censored by your receptionist. If your receptionist doesn't like what they have to say, no, they get cut off. They don't even get a chance to get on. That's why I gave you a dummy.
Yes.
That's why I gave you a dummy to get me on.
We cut you off because you're boring.
Does it?
Very boring.
One thing.
You're a boring, lonely,
you suck
sad
up to a bunch
man.
of paymasters,
You're a
don't you?
boring
You're a sucker.
man.
You're an arse-licker.
We don't let you on because you're boring. And also, you're mental.
Like a little
you're
monkey.
bonkers. You're loony. You're absolutely
like
loony.
A little brass
you're
monkey.
neurotic.
Jump left and you jump
suffer
left.
from
jump
logorrhea.
Right and you jump right, don't you?
You are completely and utterly stark-staring bonkers.
For 2 hours and you produce nothing but hot air. You're a very hard-working man, aren't you? And of course, you're a patron of the people, aren't you?
The Tommy Boyds Radio Experiment.
Now he's gone. What a merchant. John calls from London. John, you're on Talk Radio. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tommy. Where did that pellet come from?
Oh, I don't know, but I want him back. He was great, wasn't he?
Oh, he was, yeah. God, I was sure to take that one.
Fantastic. Made my day.
Right. What makes you angry?
What makes you angry?
Jaywalkers, as the Americans would call them. They walk across the road, usually like sort of 10 yards away from a zebra crossing. They're all dressed in black, and you can't see them when you're driving.
Well, they're only pedestrians.
Well, they're pedestrians, but I mean, you know, why do they do it?
Well, you need to get some lights on your car.
No, I've got lights in the car, but I'm just worried about the fact that, you know, people sort of just suddenly decide to walk out on the road when they can walk another 10 yards and whatever and get across a zebra crossing.
Well, we'll drive more slowly.
Well, no, I'm talking about in, like, suburban areas, you know.
Well, drive even more slowly in suburban areas. There are people.
Well, there are people, yeah, but I mean, if you're driving at sort of, say, 25 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, then you don't expect people to suddenly just walk out in the middle of the road.
Well, they're performing a great service. They're actually risking their lives in order to get you to slow down and pay more attention to the road instead of listening to the radio or checking your map.
No, I'm talking about at night time.
Yes.
Tom.
Night walkers.
Yeah, well, at night time, sometimes, like the lights go out on the streets and that sort of
Are
stuff.
jays nocturnal? Why do they call them jaywalkers? And by the way, I don't care about the answer to those two things.
Sorry?
I don't care about the answer to those two things, but it's just crossed my mind. And if it's in your mind, it's in your mouth. Isn't that right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just curious about people who just walk across the middle of the road, at night, and they don't seem to have any, reason to sort of look at the traffic that's coming along.
John, thank you for your call. Free call 0500 10 53 89. If you were listening to the Angry Hour some quarter of an hour ago, you won't forget Steve in Great Yarmouth, who'd spent £20 advertising for a young lady in Great Yarmouth or Norwich, he said, but hadn't had an awful lot of luck. He has called again to leave his number in case any young ladies would like to call. Marion calls from North London. You're on Talk Radio. Marion, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tommy. This is the first time I've ever phoned the radio. I am absolutely steaming. I've come back from a hairdresser and I look like a Sputnik. That's the easiest way I can put it. My hair is sticking out in all edges.
Very, very modern.
I don't think so. I am so tired of going from one hairdresser to the next to try and just get my hair just cut. It seems to be impossible for the whole of North of London. I have tried the whole of North of London right now.
Well, we South Londoners would only give you one bit of advice, Marion, and that is get yourself over the river.
I have tried over the river.
Get over the river.
I used to be over the river.
Live south of the river. North Londoners are all stark staring mad.
Well, I think all the hairdressers are stark raving mad because you go in, you tell them exactly what you want, and they end up, they'll give you totally the opposite. They'll give you a fringe when you don't want a fringe. They'll cut your hair above your ears when you don't want it cut above your ears.
They're just after your money, dear. Come to South London. People are honest in South London.
No.
An honest price for an honest job.
The hairdressers, it seems to be...
Well, where did you go in South London, for goodness sake?
I've gone in Pimlico.
Try Peckham.
Peckham? Peckham? You think hairdressers in Peckham will be any better?
Try it. You can't knock it until you've tried it.
Well, I have even tried the hairdressers down as far as Brighton.
You've been as far south as Brighton?
Yes, as far south as Brighton.
Well, you haven't exhausted them all in South London, have you? You haven't been to Peckham.
I don't think I can find a hairdresser anymore. I'm just beginning to really get so fed up. You go in, they say, oh, why don't you have highlights? You don't want highlights. Oh, have a perm. You don't want a perm. I just want a blow dry and cut. No, it's totally humanly impossible for a hairdresser today to give a person a blow dry and a cut.
Marion, thank you for your call. People who don't know London and don't want to know London are probably very lucky, but what they won't realise is that London is many, many countries in one. And the most obvious divide is this huge river, fairly big river, that splits it north-south. If you're a South Londoner, and I was born in South London, although I don't feel like a Londoner, I'm here to tell you that you actually feel as though you should have your passport with you when you cross the river, because you are entering a different country. It's cold and it's grey, and there are overcoats and set faces. It looks like you imagine Warsaw or Prague in 1953. It's a cold environment populated by impersonal people who have moved there, largely speaking, from leafier places. South London, which is where you see your EastEnders, it's where you see your Del Boy, it's where you see your Minder. These are the men and women who would warm the cockles of your heart. These are the real Londoners, but they're being eased out, squeezed out by the great, enormous, moneyed metropolis, which is North London. It doesn't surprise me in the slightest to discover from a good source that it's impossible to get a proper haircut in North London. I'm the least bit surprised. Free call 0500... Glenda Jackson lives in North London. Free call 0500 10 53 89. It's the Angry Hour on Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening.
Radio.
Tommy Boyds. Hello? He's on the radio, so he must be right.
Pew. Pew. Barnum.
4.
McGrew.
5.
Cuthbert.
6.
Dibble.
7.
Point.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm very proud and privileged to be able to debut the interim results of an extraordinary scientific investigation at 4 o'clock this afternoon on this show. It has influence over you, most of all, over your children. But it's quite complicated, so if you're not very clever or you don't know very much, you might like to work out how to retune your radio now. It'll probably take you a quarter of an hour. Clear off down to Radio 5, they'll be doing something bog standard, but not here. Joanna calls from North London. Joanna, you're on the Angry Hour. Welcome.
Hello, Tommy. How
Joanna.
Are you? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to say that I'm very, very angry about people walking down the road, picking their noses, and then when they actually see that you actually saw them picking their nose, they start flicking it in your direction.
No, that doesn't happen.
It really gets me angry. It does happen.
That
it just
doesn't
happened
happen.
to me about
No, it hasn't.
10 minutes ago.
Oh, what?
I'm out and about with my brother in the van, and this man was picking his nose, and I saw him, and he looked at me, and he flicked it towards my brother's van.
Fiction.
Fiction? It's not fiction. I swear to God, I am not lying to you. Why? Have you never seen anyone pick their nose before?
Tantamount to perjury.
Sorry?
Yes, tantamount to perjury.
What are you trying to say?
If you were Bill Clinton, we could impeach you for that. That never happened.
Listen, Tommy, by the way, I'm from North London as well.
Yes.
And I was not happy about you saying what you were saying about North Londoners.
Well, it's about time you lot...
Yeah, go on.
It's about time you lot got it, where it hurts.
If you ask me, it's grim in South London.
Smug is what you are.
It is grim and
Smug.
sad and grey, and it is disgusting. And when you enter South London, that is entering...
Yeah, but
like
you
a war
North
zone.
Londoners, you only go back about 2 generations. I bet your dad's from Warwickshire, huh?
From where?
Warwickshire or somewhere.
He's not, actually.
Where's he from, then?
He's from Cyprus.
There you are, then! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Go on, clear off. Go on, clear off, you're dead.
Why?
Dead meat, man.
Why?
Why? I just murdered you. You're not a North Londoner. There are no North Londoners.
I'm a North Londoner and I live in Haringey and I'm very proud of it.
Nobody in North London is born and bred of North London stock. The whole lot of you are immigrants.
We're immigrants?
To North London.
How dare you?
No, I don't mean I don't mean racial immigrants. I just mean geographical immigrants.
And you think you South Londoners are any better?
Born
You're
and
all
bred
common
and buttered.
scum, and all you do is sleep with each other's sisters and brothers.
You know all about that in Cyprus, don't you?
Mother-in-laws.
Hey?
You're the one that compared yourselves to EastEnders.
The number of times we had to bail you out when the Turks came in, missus, and you know nothing about it.
Excuse me, you bailed us out.
Every time we bailed you out when the Turks came steaming in.
So?
Yes, it's so. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I just returned from Cyprus 2 days ago.
Which part?
Ayanapa.
No, I mean...
Ayanapa, as you guys would say.
Oh, right, the Greek part.
Yeah, the Greek side.
Yeah, exactly.
I returned yesterday.
Would you like me to tell you a bit about Cypriot history or not?
Yeah, go on then, go for it. I know everything there is to know about Cyprus.
Oh, you do, don't you?
Go on, go for it.
All right, who was the foreign minister the last time the Turks invaded?
I don't know.
Jim Callaghan.
Who?
Jim Callaghan. Now, listen to me, this is funny.
Yeah.
His official car was sent for him at 5 in the morning when the Turks went in, right?
Yeah. How do you know all this, by the way?
Because I'm a historian.
All right, okay.
Now, his official car couldn't find him, so he hijacked the first vehicle that was going past his North London home and told them to take him to 10 Downing Street, right? What do you think it was that took him all the way to 10 Downing Street?
What do I think took him there?
War in the Mediterranean and the foreign minister has to get to 10 Downing Street. What do you think's the only vehicle around North London at 5 in the morning?
A convertible escort, probably.
A milk float.
A milk float?
A milk float. It's a true story. And the foreign minister, right, with war going on in the Mediterranean, he got taken to 10 Downing Street, right, in an 8-mile-an-hour milk float.
Are you for real now?
Huh?
Are you for real?
On my mother...
I think you're winding me up.
No, I promise you that's a true story.
I'm going to investigate that and find out.
Get back to us.
If I find out you're lying to me, you've had it, Tommy.
Free call 0500 10 53 89.
Tommy busted lip.
Here's Dave in the West Midlands. You're on Talk Radio. Dave, what makes you angry?
Correct fares only, Tom. I don't think there's many things that can make me more angry than a correct fare only.
No.
At the moment I'm in Smethwick area of the West Midlands.
Yeah.
Got on a bus this morning, correct fare only. I don't live here. How do I know what the correct fare is to Birmingham?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
And then they let me, when I said, look, I've got no change, I've got 50 pence or a pound, 25 pence in either way. They won't let me off 25 pence. I've got to pay 25 pence extra. What happens to this extra money?
I know, Dave, this is a disease, man. Where is all the change going? You're at a queue at the one stop nowadays, and the lady will look up and say, has anybody got the right money?
Exactly, yeah.
Or you offer a £5 for something that costs £2.20, and she'll say, have you got anything smaller? Where's all the money gone?
Right, yeah, but I mean, getting back to the point, what happens to this extra money that I'm losing? Where does it go? And why can't they let me off a couple of pence instead of making me pay well over the odds?
And sometimes you're on the train and the steward puts out an announcement, says, ladies and gentlemen, please announce that the buffet is open this afternoon. But as we're running a little bit short of change, I will be very grateful if anybody could tender the correct amount. It's not on, is it?
Not at all.
No.
All right, and cheers.
I'm grateful for your anger. A free call, 0500 1053 89. It's the Angry Hour. And Sue is on the line from Nottingham.
Hello, Tommy.
Sue.
I'm absolutely bloody incensed. It's the first time I've ever phoned you, and I was going to phone up about doctor's receptionists, which are a real pain in the butt. But then I heard this Marion on the phone about hairdressers.
Yes.
How dare she? Oh. Absolutely, how dare she?
Well,
I'm a single parent, right?
Yeah.
All right, I know. What a shame.
Yeah.
But I put my daughter through college for 3 years
Yes.
to train for her profession.
Yes.
Marion deserves to go in and ask for a perm and come out for number one.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Does she have to see the hairdresser's qualifications?
No.
Obviously not, no. She deserves everything she gets.
What's your daughter's name?
I don't say on the air, she'd
Fair
kill
enough.
me.
And where does she...
What I will say is
Yes.
she's doing very, very well.
Where does she
She's booked up
practice?
for next year.
Where does she practice?
You want me to say London, don't you?
No, I'm interested.
Are you?
I'm trying to snag that awful North London woman. If your daughter
I'm just sorry she's still not on the air, because I would really skin her.
Would you?
I'm
What, if
so
you...
cross.
Well, you see, I've been toying with turning the Angry Hour into the catfight hour.
Oh, we'll do it.
Would you be prepared, to handbags with that lady?
Yeah, definitely.
On the air live?
Yeah.
We'd have to do a commentary, obviously, but it'd be good radio, wouldn't it?
Yeah, very good. I'm sure it would.
What's your track record?
I can't bear whinging women.
No. What's your track record? Do you normally win?
I don't know. I never get this angry.
Have you never gone hammer and tongs in the street?
No, I haven't.
No?
I've never phoned you before. I talked radio. Anybody before like this on radio.
Have you ever
but
gone...
she made me bloody cross. I
Yeah.
worked hard to put my daughter through college.
Yeah.
It's Marion's own bloody fault.
Thank you for your call. Sean is next in Slough. Sean, you're on Talk Radio. It's the Angry Hour. Hello.
Hey, Tommy, my dear friend.
Sean.
I'm very angry on behalf of someone who's become increasingly dear to me over the last couple of years, especially since I've been reading a couple of books about this person, or this force, I should say.
Right.
And that's Satan. All the bad press that Satan gets, it's really getting me down. I feel very hurt on her behalf, or his behalf, whatever. I mean, this force, this God, they control the moon, the sun, the flesh, the spirit, and these spiritual jaywalkers that are pagans one day and Christians the next, they want to separate the spirit from the flesh. Now,
As
what's
you
all that
will
about?
know, if you were listening to this show last week, you have come to your spiritual home with this point, Sean.
Well, yeah, of course that. Well, thank you, Tommy. Well put. I know you're one of a kind. Now, these Christians and their like, Buddhists, Muslims, whatever, they want to separate the spirit from the flesh. Now, this is blasphemy, because we're all gods, all of us, in one way or another. Why should I separate the spirit from my flesh?
Sean, thank you for your call. Free call 0500 to 1053 89. Another 10 minutes or so of the Angry Hour. And then the revelations from that scientific experiment, which I was talking about a few moments ago. I'm Tommy Boyds.
You on the air.
Now that's what I call English on Talk Radio with IKEA.
All this week, Talk Radio's got together with IKEA to give away thousands of pounds worth of prizes in a brand new competition called Now That's What I Call English. It's all about your personal definitions of what it means to be English. For example, in 1758, Samuel Johnson wrote, "When two Englishmen meet, their first talk is of the weather." And it can last for the whole of the holiday, can't it? Whether it's in praise or despair of Englishness, we want you to join in the debate. People have already been registering to take part in Now That's What I Call English. And on the phone now, I'm joined by John from Manchester. Afternoon, John.
Hello, Tommy. How are you?
Jim Dandy, you?
I'm very well, thank you.
In a minute, we're going to play the competition. But first of all, John, what's your idea of a typically English attitude?
Well, what it is, Tommy, and it really bugs me, and I'm sure a lot of your listeners, is when we go on holiday abroad and there's a certain English element out there who all they want to do is on holiday is just moan and whinge, and it gets me down
Whinging.
all the time. And they moan about everything, Tommy. From the, the weather's too hot, or there's something wrong with the food. I mean, they even moan about cups of tea, saying they can't even get a decent cup of tea.
It makes them feel better, doesn't it?
It's unbelievable. They just go on holiday to moan.
Now, we're sending you £100 worth of IKEA vouchers, John.
Thank you.
For your definition of Englishness. Thank you. And we've also arranged the perfect mystery prize for you. All you have to do is correctly answer 3 of the following 5 questions.
I'll do my best.
Who wrote and sung the words to the following 1930s song? At 12 noon, the natives swoon, and no further work is done. But mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun.
Was it Noel Coward?
Was. 1 out of 1. Well done. Good man. Good grief. Surprised yourself.
I did indeed.
How modest. How English.
Yeah, well, don't go that far.
If you were travelling abroad today, how many Austrian shillings would you get for an English pound? 9 or 19?
I'm taking a guess at 9, Tommy.
It's 19.
Good God.
If you were an English tourist on a guided tour of the Acropolis, would you be in Athens or Istanbul?
I'd be in Athens.
2 out of 1 correct. Only one more, yeah?
Great.
If you were an English tourist in a French restaurant and the waiter brought you a plate of escargot, would you be about to eat frog's legs or snails?
It would be snails.
It would be snails, and congratulations, you've got your 3 right. Good boy.
Great stuff.
Excellent.
Thanks, Tommy.
Hold your horses. It means that Talk Radio and IKEA are sending you on a very special weekend for 2 to one of the world's most beautiful cities and Europe's official cultural capital for 1998, which is the Swedish city of Stockholm, mate.
Fantastic.
Hey,
that's brilliant, that, isn't it? I've never been there in my life.
It's the home of IKEA.
That's right.
So hopefully, funnily enough. So hopefully you'll know what to do with the 200 quid that we're going to spend you. We're going to give you to spend while you're there. All right.
I think that should get me around about 2 beers, shouldn't it? I believe they're quite pricey in Sweden.
Well, tell us when you come back. I didn't think they're that pricey. Blimey, what does he drink? Scott Chisholm and Lorraine Kelly are also playing Now That's What I Call English with IKEA all this week, and I'll be playing the competition again at the same time tomorrow. Remember to register to take part. Call the competition line now on 0894 222 333. It'll cost 25 pence. And whatever you think is typically English, we'll find the perfect prize for you.
Don't forget to subscribe and like. Comment too if you wish. Even slap your legs and make a purchase from Ann Summers. But don't do nothing.